back to the Stone Ages here. Hello everyone, I'm MG Frostheart A.K.A. John from Lord Conqueror's Empire Plays. I'm going to be doing a possibly solo might get Cody on the run of Banjo Kazooie, the first Nintendo 64 game I ever beat or I ever played, and probably the last one I ever beat. But for now, we jam out. I would pick up a banjo just to learn this song. And I'm not talking about the bear, I'm talking about the actual Like, to this day, I still remember this song all the way through, every single note and key. I couldn't play it myself, but this, like, even when I was a kid, I'd sit through this cutscene almost every time I turned on my N64. So I'm going to kind of get more into the retro gaming. It's what I really wanted to start with. When I was a kid, Nintendo 64 was like the hot console, and then, you know, my cousin was a PlayStation and N64, and I don't know, I miss playing those old games, the classics, like Banjo Kazooie. So, without further ado, let's dive into it. I remember something about this opening sequence. You either have to push a combo of buttons, or wait for a certain action that's nearby to hit a point, and you'll have a special thing. Like, for example, if I do this right, he'll go flying out of the bed. Nope, okay. Well, the bed's actually on a spring, and someone told me it's in timing with the bird in the background of the clock. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and start ruining my my career by attempting to voice act some of this. What have I gotten myself into? Ding pot by the bench. Who is the nicest looking wench? Feeling like a real Wizard of Oz vibe coming from this? No. Not Wizard of Oz. Snow White. Yeah, it's absolutely Snow White. I feel ashamed to say I've beaten this game. I'm not gonna lie, the last boss of this game is probably one of the hardest bosses I've ever faced in games, period. But I never actually beat the second game for this. I came close, I think, but I never actually finished it. Not sure why either. Well, I saw that. Your eyes were open. I'll fake it. I always love Kazooie's mouth noise. She talks. Oh no. It's a bird, it's a plane, no, it's a flying witch. I find it funny, they lived here their whole lives, but they don't know who that is. Like, you can... Like, have you ever never bothered to even wonder what that giant witch-shaped tower is? Banjo's making me tired. Stop it. Okay, here we go. Right into the meat of it. Now, if there's one thing I remember, it's that I forgot that you have to unlock all the movement abilities, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Listen up, bottles. I'm Banjo, and this here's my buddy Kazooie. I'm Banjo, and this is my banjo. Yeah, I'm holding A through all this conversation. It's like, if I don't, it's like this. And as charming as their voices are, even I have a limited amount of patience. Oh, did I do the... Oh, I think I totally skipped past the... Oh man, I accidentally started the whole tutorial. If you choose to say no to the tutorial, you just get all your abilities right off the bat. Other than that, you have to now take the slow road and go through all this dialogue and to unlock the ability to jump and climb and stuff like that. Also, fun fact, if you stand on the molehill, it goes flying off. That animation that he has where he does the backflip is kind of like the default keep away or push back without hurting you animation. Now I can actually jump. This game is like, the sound effects and animations in this game just made the whole thing. The characters were charismatic, the dialogue was pretty good if you actually pay attention to it. There's a lot of funny jokes in there. They slip in some like adult humor every once in a while. Almost every single thing in this game has dialogue. Anything you can pick up has dialogue. Anything you can talk to. Anything you can basically look at. I'm sure there's a way to get this garbage can to have dialogue. I just spit trash at you, but you know, that's what garbage cans are. Okay, yeah, this is that little secret I was talking about. See? Even the extra life talks! Look out for me, I'm an extra life, and that's all I have to say for the rest of the game. I don't think I know how to climb trees yet. Oh. So you teach me swimming or climbing? Yep, swimming. Spill the beans, Specky. So when I was a kid, I used to play it safe in video games, like really safe. If I would dive underwater, the second I lost one health bar, or one little oxygen bar, I just book it back to the surface real quick. Oh, because I don't want to drown. And then there was that like horrific place in Clanker's Cavern where you have to go really deep down underwater, and the only way to really survive is to grab air bubbles on the way down. And being a kid with bad depth perception, That was a little difficult for me, and that part was kind of terrifying. I actually think that was like one of the last jigsaws I ever picked up. Or not, no, that was a series of jigsaws. It was... I definitely did it later. Tiger's Cavern was terrifying to me. Then, oh, wait, what's this? Another secret behind the waterfall? It's almost as if I've done this before. Yeah, you teach me to climb. You're not afraid of heights? Yeah, it's as easy as that. There's two more. Remembering where one is, not the last one. Oh, there it is. It might be the game's way of saying, hey, you can interact with this by putting eyes on them. I also take back what I said earlier. These guys, I do not think have dialogue. I think they just sit there and stare angrily at you. Hey, you look me in the eyes. There we go. Yeah, see, look at that detail. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Come on, that's N64 graphics right there. This is some amazing eye detail. Go Nintendo, seriously. Yeah, that's right. Puddles doesn't have legs. Oh, down there. There it is. Oh, it's the glory hole. Yo. Yeah. I'll never suspect a thing. This made me want hide and seek, or I can multiplayer in Banjo Kazooie. They brought it in number 2. It was just versus, but like, it'd be fun to play hide and seek in this game, especially this area. Claw swipe. Oh yeah, this is basically combat training right here. This is Bottle's boot camp. Let's find something with a challenge. Ah, there's Topper. Whack 'em, Banjo. Whack 'em with Banjo. Alright, just be careful. See, so this is like the worst attack in the game. Because basically he hit me right there. That's why I went flying backwards. But they're not going to do damage to you, tutorial and whatnot. But the accuracy of this attack is terrible. Also, not sure if I have to do that again. Oh, that's cool. Come on. There we go. I was legitimately trying right there. Now that's my most used attack. Oh. Going for speedrunning tactics. So if the roll's my most used, this is by far my favorite attack. I don't know why, I just always felt cool doing it. Yeah, turn into... That was cauliflower, right? Oh, mid-air catch. Now the really hard part of this that's going to be for me in this run through is remembering where all those honeycombs are. I can remember where a few of them are in the like the first 2 areas, but after that my knowledge is a little fuzzy. Yes, honey, you also have a person. Oh, these onions don't have personalities either. I could swear at one point some of the vegetables start talking. Could be wrong about that. Yeah, take that. Oh. The camera can be a trial sometimes in this game. Like all early games that were 3D. You honestly, you can't be mad about it. Like, modern day games have like worse cameras and it's embarrassing. How are you gonna get in? Oh, never mind. You know what? I take that back. Forget I said anything. Here we go, Gruntillo's Lair, where you spend 99.7% of the game. So you would watch that and assume like, oh no, you're gonna have to somehow reverse engineer. No, they literally sit inside those pods the entire game until the very end. Yeah, and this is a jigsaw puzzle. Meat of the game. Absolute meat. I don't ever understand why she eats them, and I don't want to know how he gets them back out. And another interesting thing about this place is that the music is always the same song, but the instruments change as you enter new areas. I always found that fascinating. I was like, there's a couple little secrets about this. Oh man. Alright, and here we are, level 1, Mumbo's Mountain. Let's see if I can remember everything right off the bat. Over here, 2. I always love the Mumbo's tokens. Musical notes, 100 in every level, and collecting them pays off in the very end of the game. Like, majorly pays off. Collecting 5 Jinjos gets you a puzzle piece, or 10 Jinjos, yeah, no, 5. 6? 5. Gets you a puzzle piece. And in Banjo Kazooie, the second game, they actually play a bit more significant role, getting you way more puzzle pieces. There's going to be kind of a reoccurring theme here, so just get ready for puzzle pieces. Oh, this guy right here is a jerk. You can, like, disable him, though. If you still touch his horns while he's down, then it'll hurt you. Those are basically little health fill-ups. Horns at me. Do that in the jigsaw puzzle. Like this. This is not a speedrunning run, by the way. You probably already could have told that, but I can do this game kind of fast, just not speedrunning fast. I hope, because I haven't played this game in like 7 years. So. Probably missed. Here you go, little monkey. Take that. I'm actually gonna try and clear Mumbo's mountain before time limit in this game. I'm gonna try and make this a short series. It's the best I possibly can. Oh man, camera controls. Excuse me. Ancient ways of the egg. Exciting. Ha! Oh, Bottles, you're my favorite character. I'm just kidding. Alright, now these little doohickeys here. Do I not? Oh, I haven't learned it yet! Whoops, got ahead of myself. Okay, let's come back to that. Got the eggs. Come on, one more. No, you're not. Acknowledge I'm shooting you. Why are you getting hit? Okay, that's what's supposed to happen. There we go. I don't know, I guess I never just tried to do that from a long distance. I always assumed that you had to go up there and I forgot you had to dodge the windows for a second there. Oh, he's back to his old ways. Oh, the ants. Termites, actually, I think they're termites. Yeah. Almost pretty much every single enemy in the game will drop you a health piece, so if you get hit by them, you can always just return the favor and get it. Talent shot. Okay, this is probably the most used skill by anybody in the game ever. It's just... it just makes the game so much faster. Oh yeah, talking to Bottles and things. Whoa! Oh yeah, you can do some weird stuff with this too. Oh, I saw you back there. Only 2 Jinjos left. Oh, in the second game, there's actually enemies called Minjos, which look like Jinjos, but they actually start like making an electrical zapping noise and growl at you while they charge after you. They were terrifying as a child. Like, I don't know why, I was super afraid of those guys. It's like, Jinjo, why? Mumbo's high. Alright, let's go get this. Beak Buster. Whoa, Banjo, there's nothing more I can teach you on this world. Why don't you just teach me stuff from other worlds? Prepare me. Okay. I remember how this works. right there. It took me forever to figure out how to get this as a kid. Hold on, I got this. I got this. There we go. You spin me right round, baby. I'm just fiending for puzzle pieces right now. Take that! Get up! There we go. There's green. Oh, I remember the yellow. Okay, so rather than go into the giant anthill, I'm going to go back and get that switch so I can kind of save myself a bit of time. Oh. There we go. To any of you who've never played this game before, it might seem like I'm collecting these jigsaw puzzles like they're going out of style, but as a matter of fact, they get a lot harder to get later. And then the later levels, it becomes more tedious. You're eventually pulling a full-time job just getting one of them. So, don't think it's by any means easy. And this part right here isn't by any means easy either. See if I can nail it. Oh, nailed it. Can't believe I'm remembering all this stuff, and I haven't played this game in years. Granted, I did spend a lot of time playing as a kid. I mean, a lot of time. That was number 9, right? Calm down, King Kong. See, it's the same song, but the music just changes depending on what area you're in. It always fascinated me. Oh, my platforming skills also fascinate me. There we go. Now it's going to make a puzzle piece appear on top of the mountain, and there's only one way to get to that. Huh. Gonna go time is short, time is short. Oh, I didn't even notice this came out. Fun fact, Mumbo always sleeps. Always. And in every single house. Ah! Oh no, I woke him up. Wait, I'm missing a token? What token am I missing? Unless there's one up here, because sometimes he has tokens hidden up here. And I think in Mad Monster Mansion he has a Jinjo hidden up here. Oh man, this is embarrassing. I totally forgot I was 5 tokens. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Series canceled. Oh. There is a super MLG speedrunning way. Super MLG speedrunning way to actually get up here with just Kazooie. But you gotta like do these. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try it. You have to like jump as soon as you hit the very pixel on the ground or whatever it is. Stop that. But yeah, I've seen him do it. Speedrunners are fucking crazy in this game. Oh, there we go. I'm a termite. So the thing about Mumbo's little spells here is that they only work inside the map and a certain area outside of the map. So once I leave, I can actually leave as a termite right now and come back as, once I try to leave the cave that this level is in, Mumbo will give me a warning, and if I keep going, it'll just turn me back into Banjo. That's all 100 notes. Hey, where'd you get those shorts? The thing that might be pointless about extra lives is I think they actually disappear once you reset your game. So. And now, as per usual, let's do the termite dance for 10 feet, and then we're gonna jump! Good thing I'm not affected by fall damage. Oh yeah, vertical surfaces? Never heard of them. It's the thing I enjoyed the most about this form, you can walk on walls. And this is actually how you're supposed to get this jigsaw puzzle, or this honeycomb piece. Clicker clackers long. Yeah, so you can't take the notes, but your score collecting them is what opens the doors. And that's 2 out of 10 Gratelva layer pieces. Dude, stay away from my shorts. And go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and open this door and call it an episode. To any of you watching this, thank you very much for sticking around. There are many more classic games and stuff to come ahead, but I'm gonna kind of try and do them one at a time so I can keep the more modern day games with Cody and stuff, and co-op and whatnot. Oh yes, I know. I just finished explaining this. Yes, there are 10 levels. No, I do not think there is a 1,000 door, but I think there's like a 990 door or something ridiculous like that. All right, and to that I bid adieu. door was easy, you got past. Unfortunately, you're first and last. I couldn't do the laugh, so thanks, Grunty.